Hi guys, today I am sitting down to do a comparison of all different hair texturizing sprays. So, have you heard the hype of all these texturizing sprays? I feel like for the last 2 years, ever since like the more bob style haircut came back into style, I think I've heard so many people talking about texturizing sprays. And I am going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. I've tried them out over the last week. Every day I tried a different one. I played with them. I got to know them. And I'm going to tell you guys all my thoughts on them. And I actually show you day by day each time that I try it. Currently, right now, the one I have in my hair is my all-time favorite. It is the last one I'm going to talk about. And it's kind of funny because it was my favorite before I started this, and I waited till the very end to be the last one I tried today, actually, before I started taping this part, because I wanted to know for sure if it still was my favorite. So I'm going to go through and show you clips of each one of these and how I use them, how I tried them, and just my initial thoughts when I first tried them again. Some of these I've used for quite some time. Some of them I've only used them for a couple weeks, but you can get a good feel for them pretty quickly. So if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love if you click that little red button down below and follow along here. And let's jump right into all the different trials of these. So the first one I'm using today is the texturizing spray. It's a dry finishing spray. It is a finishing texture hairspray. And I'm just, oh, it's closed. There we go. Open it up. Just kind of move it around. Obviously, gives it a little bit of craziness. So you just kind of have to run your fingers through it. So it still gives you that extra texture and that extra little bit of volume without it being too sticky. You just have to separate out any of those curls that might be sitting funny. But yeah, that's the Unite one. So the next product I'm going to try is the Joico Hair Shake. It is the liquid to powder texturizing finishing spray. Now this one is interesting because it is a pump, not an aerosol. So it goes on a little different. I thought it was going to make my hair feel wet, but it does not. Make sure this one gives me good volume, good movement. It doesn't feel as sticky or kind of as drying feeling as some of the aerosol ones, but it gives good like texture to the hair. It feels really great. I mean, but it still feels like it has some hold to it. This one has an amazing scent. It smells kind of fruity, kind of floral, but this one is a really, really nice product. Next up, Living Proof Full Dry Volume Blast, Instant Lasting Volume and Texture. All right. So this one I have been using, and I use it in my video where I talk about how I curl my hair recently. And I really like this one, but what I have found about it is that halfway through the day, I feel like I lose the volume, but my hair feels kind of like weird. I don't know how to explain it. This one also, I feel like comes in a really fine mist, but the scent is not for everybody. It's definitely a strong scent. It's a masculine kind of scent. That's the other thing with this one. It gives me great volume while I use it, but I feel like my hair looks kind of frizzy with this one. That's what the kicker was. I knew there was something about this one. It just kind of, I don't know, it looks frizzy. And then look, it falls. As soon as I start touching it, this one falls. Like, so I've either got to shake it and flip it over, and then look, I look kind of frizzy in person, or if I start to mess with it, it kind of loses some of the volume. This scent is very strong too, by the way. I think I mentioned that, but this one is a very strong scent. All right, this one is one that is a cult favorite, the Orbe Dry Texturizing Spray. This one you hear people talk about all the time. This is probably the most talked about dry texturizing spray that I have heard of. This is at the end of mine, so we're getting to the end of it, but this is one that I've got to kind of decide if I want to repurchase or not. This one smells heavenly, like heavenly. It's like, oh, I think we might have just tapped the end of it. I think that was it. Yep, I think we hit the end of it. So now I got to decide if I want to repurchase that one. That one is the most pricey of all of them, I think. The Orbe might be a close second, but I mean, I'm sorry, the Unite might be a close second, but the Orbe is definitely the most expensive. I remember why I love this one. My hair doesn't have that like frizzy look. It doesn't have a super like tacky feeling. Like some of them I feel like has a tacky feeling. The Living Proof has a little bit of like a tacky feeling. This one does not. It just feels nice. It feels like I can still run my hands through it, but it still gives me that nice texture that I'm looking for out of my hair with a little bit of volume. I'm going to go through all of them at the end and discuss, but we might have to repurchase this one after I get through a couple more. This one's good. Now I know why it's so pricey and why people are talking about it so much, right? All right, this one is a more recent purchase for me because when I did this, a lot of people are saying they want to see more drugstore options of things and more less expensive clothing options. So I did go to the drugstore and pick up two less expensive versions. This is Not Your Mother's Double Take Dry Finish Texture Spray, 2-in-1 tousled texture, shape and volume, medium hold. Whew, that's a lot to say. This is what it looks like. It isn't, I think all of these are an aerosol except for that one. And let's just give it a shot. That one has a interesting scent. It's like, oh, this is sticky feeling. Ooh, that feels more like a hairspray. It's a fine mist though. I don't know. It looks nice though. Doesn't look crazy. It just, when you touch it, it has more of a feel of hairspray than the others, but it definitely still gives you that texture, that volume, that messy look. I don't know. It's not bad for the price. The smell is, I can't put my finger on it. There's like a weird piece right here that feels like it needs something. Just got to play with it. You know, that's the key with these texture sprays is you kind of have to mess around with them and play with them. It's not bad. The smell is, it's not bad. I don't mean it as bad. It's kind of fruity, kind of something else that I just can't seem to put my finger on. Okay, smell. It's not bad at all. It's just something I can't put my finger on. There we go. That's a little bit better. This is a decent one. It's not bad. I mean, I'll use it up. All right, the next one is, again, another newer one to me, but I have used it and played with it. It is the Bodifying Bamboo Fiber Full Sugar High Tousled Spray with bamboo fibers and sugarcane extract. Get loose lived-in look. Separates, elevates, and defines texture without the dry out. We'll see. So let's see here. I don't remember. Oh, this one smells very like sugary sweet vanilla. Vanilla, that's what it is. Ooh, this one is very wet. I forgot that. I do remember that now. Oh, right in the face. Now I have a makeup spray. This one is very wet, even more wet than the Joico one. Like this one is, I mean, it dries fast, but it's very wet feeling. I forgot about that. Oh, and then if you miss a spot, oh, geez. Be careful. Cover your face, possibly. Not a fan. No. I mean, it looks fine, but I don't like how this one sprays out. I don't like how, I remember that now. I only used this once before, and now I remember why. I mean, it gives you okay texture, but if you're going to save money, I'd rather do the Not Your Mother's one than this one. Yeah, not a fan of that. No, I don't like how it sprays. No need to stick around to the end to find that out, right? All right, the last texturizing spray that I am throwing into this video, because before I started this process, I thought it was my favorite. I haven't used it since I started testing all these out, so I want to go back and see if it actually is. And it is the Unite Tricky Light Finishing Spray. It is a combination between a wax spray and a texturizing spray. So that's why it technically doesn't go in this, but I mean, it was one of my favorites. So I figured, why not? This does have a totally different type of pump than the original one that I talked about. And let's see if oh, it's so, I remember this. First of all, it smells heavenly. Oh my God, it smells so good. So, so good. And then it's just such a fine mist. You know why I liked this one? Now I remember. It like separates and like but holds and then gives you, I still love this one. This is on the pricey side, but oh my gosh, it doesn't have that, like, you know how some texture sprays give you like that drying feel? This gives you a more like separated feel. I am loving this again. See, that is why this is so fun. I did think that this was my favorite before I started this, but now I kind of am reiterating the fact that this is probably my go-to one. Now I want to sit down and talk to you guys kind of after I have tried all of them separately and gone back to them. And you know what? Let's put them in order of the one I like the most to the one I like the least. All right, so I stopped and put them all in order of what I like most. As you guys had seen, the one that I used today was the Unite Tricky Light, which technically is not a texturizing spray. Technically, it is a wax-based spray, but it gives you texture to your hair. It gives you that volume. It gives you that staying power. It gives you everything that you look for in a texturizing spray, but I guess it's technically not one. So this is 100% my all-time favorite texturizing spray right now. Now I will go through each of the others and tell you where they fall from my favorite to my least favorite and kind of how I would use them and if I would repurchase. The next favorite one is the Orbe Dry Texturizing Spray. I really forgot how much I had liked this one. It is very good. It is light. It has movement to it. It is a really, really nice texturizing spray. Now the downside of this is it is on the pricier side, but the good side of this is it's also much larger than the others. It is 8.5 ounces to 7.5 ounces. So you do get a whole extra ounce in this. This is a really great true texturizing spray. By far, this is probably my favorite of the true texturizing sprays. Next one down the list is the Joico Hair Shake. Now this one is surprising because it is an aerosol pump. It is a little different. It is a great, great product though. I thought this was going to leave my hair feeling very wet. I haven't used it in quite some time. Like I had it for a while and you can hear that shaker in there. It is a really great product. They do have two other versions. One is a beach spray and one is something else. So because I did look into this one because I wanted to make sure that it was still sold when I started using it again because I haven't used it in quite some time. So I really enjoyed this one. This one was probably my most surprising that it hit that high up in the versions that I liked. The next one that I really do love, and it hits dead in the middle, is the Unite Texturiza spray. And this is their true texture spray versus their wax-based spray. And this one is really great. I love the scent of it. I love the feel of it. It's not quite as light as the Orbe, but it's not as heavy as some of the others. It does give you good volume, good texture, and a good feel to your hair. I mean, it's really nice. The next one, number 5 on the list, is Not Your Mother's Double Take Dry Finish Texturizing Spray. This is probably one that I would not have thought to pick up until I decided to add a couple drugstore options in here. This one is the same size as the Orbe, so you are getting the same amount. This one is under the $10 mark, and it's a really, really great option. If you are not sure if you are going to like a texturizing spray, give this a try first. For the $8, $9, $10 that it is going to be, this will give you an idea of whether or not you would like a texturizing spray. This is a really great inexpensive option. Big upset is the Living Proof Full Dry Volume Blast. I thought I loved this. I used it in my video. It was the one I used. I mean, I've been through 3 bottles of this. I thought that this one was going to be really high up there. It is almost the last one. That's crazy. And it's not cheap. So that is really good to know. If you are going to pay for something like this, give one of these others a try. Even the fact that I would give this one a try over that one. That's kind of crazy. This one just leaves my hair feeling very sticky and looking very frizzy, especially if I use it 2 days in a row. That's something to take into consideration if you're somebody that uses these products more days than one. Then the last product, the loser of the group, the one that I did not like, and quite honestly, I'm either going to give it away or throw it away. I dislike it that much. It is the Bodifying Bamboo Fiber Full Sugar High Tousled Spray. This was wet. It was gross. My hair didn't feel good. I did not like it when I used this. I mean, quite honestly, the day I used this, I typically would go one more day before I wash my hair. And the day I used this, I washed my hair the next morning because I couldn't take it. I just was not a fan of this one. So if you were looking for a drugstore option, this one is way better. And I think this one was $1 more. Not that that's a lot, but I think this one was $1 more. So save that dollar and go with the Not Your Mother's. So those are my thoughts on all of these texturizing sprays that I did try. Are you someone that uses texturizing sprays? Do you use hairsprays? Do you use sea salt sprays? What do you guys use to give your hair when you curl it? That little bit of extra volume, but a little bit of texture, kind of help those curls stay for some extra days. I'd love to hear any products that you guys are loving as well. So as always, guys, everything else I am wearing will be listed down in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, if you have any questions on anything I talked about here, links for all these products will be down in the description box and where you can pick them up. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching and sticking with me, and have a great day. Bye.